もうそろそろねトランプ大統領が登場します。音楽がね流れているのでしばらくちょっとミュートします。皆さんお待ちいただいてありがとうございます。トランプ大統領登場前の最終チェックをしている人です。
What will we do with this moment? How will we be remembered? Look at the opportunities before us.
This election really isn't about the left versus the right. It's about we the people choosing our government and the choice between freedom versus tyranny.
Nobody has a prophecies burden like we have. Why are we allowed to is if we choose to love our kids more than we hate each other.
What is going on here is deeper than politics. It is deeply spiritual. We are being called to rise above the hatred and the fear and the evil.
We need to remember above and beyond that we must love our neighbors, that we must treat other people as we hope to be treated.
You want to be a rebel? You want to be hippie? You want to stick it to the man? Show up on your college campus and try calling yourself a conservative.
America's going to reach heights that it has never seen before.
And it's the people who are making America great again.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the next president of the United States, President Donald J. Trump.
we have to turn out and vote tomorrow. We're going to have to vote. But we're right there, and we're going to do something. A term you've never heard of, make America great again. That's what we're doing. So hello to Pennsylvania, especially to school leaders, you know, it's been a lot of time. We have a lot of friends here. I'm thrilled to be back in this beautiful Commonwealth with thousands of proud, hard-working American patriots. You built this country, I have to tell you, you built this country. You're going to save this country, too. Because, you know, if we win Pennsylvania, we win the whole world. I'd like to begin by asking you a very, very easy, simple question. Are you better off now than you were 4 years ago? With your vote tomorrow, I will end inflation, I will stop the invasion of criminals coming into our country, and I will bring back the American dream. We're going to have the American dream back. Destroy our country. We're going to get it back. And after 4 years of economic suffering, we will create the greatest economic boom the world has ever seen. They're all coming back, all those companies that left us with a job. Think of this, though, we're just 1 day away. I've been waiting 4 years for this. I don't want any money. I don't want anything. Just show up and bring your vote. And if you have somebody else that's lazy, bring that person to say, Jim, you gotta get off the damn couch. We're just 1 day away from what will be the most important political event in the history of our country. But you have to get out, we have to vote. Show up and vote. And look, really what we should do is swamp them, just swamp them. You know, we have a massive lead. I don't even mind telling you that, to be honest. We have a massive lead. First time ever, a Republican was leading by a lot. You know, that didn't happen. The Republicans would always be way behind. They believe in going on election day, so we're going to let you go on election day, right? But they waited till the end always. Democrats would always have hundreds of thousands of votes, and then you either catch them or you don't. You never know what's going to happen. But Republicans have never been in the lead, and not like this. It's a big number. So we have to just get out. You know, the ball is in our hand. We're at the 2-yard line, maybe the 1-yard line, but it's in our hand, and we put it over there. It'll be the biggest event maybe in the history of our country. And let me tell you, it will be also something much more important than that. It's going to save our country, because our country is in trouble. And that's all you need to know. And another thing you want to know is Kamala broke it, and I will fix it. And America will be bigger, better, bolder, richer, safer, and stronger than ever before. This election is a choice between whether we will have 4 more years of gross incompetence and failure. That's what it was, 4 years of gross. Nothing good happened. What good happened? They cheated on their numbers. You saw last week they cheated on all their economic. We're in like a depression territory. I'll give you a little advance notice, 12,000 jobs. When did you hear that? That's like for Walmart. That's not for us. That's not for a country. It's 250, 300, 400, 100. 12,000. We lost hundreds of thousands of manufacturing jobs over the last month. Think of that. It's going to be that, or we will begin the 4 greatest years in the history of our country. We're going to make these unbelievable years. And we're starting from a negative. We're starting from like about 15 yards off the field. We're not starting at the 20. We're starting from 15 yards off the field. And speaking of football, maybe we can get the NFL to drop that ridiculous kickoff set. What the hell? I watched the game the other day. I said, what the hell happened? They just kicked off and nobody moved. That's up to them. This will be the golden age of America. Tomorrow, it's a beautiful term, isn't it? I'm saying it's just proofing and reading and studying and all that stuff. And what a beautiful term, the golden age. We're going to be in the golden age. So tomorrow you have to stand up and tell Kamala that you've had enough. You're not going to take it anymore. You're the most incompetent vice president we've ever had. And Joe Biden was the worst president in the history of our country. Kamala, you're fired. Pennsylvania, we're going to defeat Kamala and those radical left, what they're doing to our country. Crazy Nancy Pelosi, what's about her? She has visa stock, a big position. You know, she started off with nothing, now she's worth $200 million. How did that happen? So she has visa stock, and she sells her stock. The day before, it was announced that Visa's under major federal investigation. I wonder, do you think she had any insider information? It's disgrace. Honestly, she's a disgrace. They're to throw the hell out of Congress. We are going to make America great again, and it's going to be fast. We're going to do it fast. We're fast. Over the past 4 years, Kamala has orchestrated the most egregious betrayal that any leader in American history has ever made. She's eradicated our southern border and unleashed an army of gangs and criminal migrants from prisons and jails, insane asylums and mental institutions, from all around the world, from Venezuela and the Congo in Africa, stealing countless American lives. And these are rough customers that are coming, much rougher than almost anybody in this world, other than the other night I had the Penn State National Champion Wrestling Team. They've won exactly 11 out of the last 13 national championships. And I looked at these guys that came up, I brought them up. And we were at Penn State when we did a little bit of a rally. It was a little rally that we could have sold the place out about 15 times. But we brought them up ahead of a year. And they had more muscle than I ever saw in a human being. And I looked at them and I said, you know, fellas, you may be the only ones in this room in this country that could take the migrants in a fight. And I said, but they fight dirty. They use knives and guns, and they do, and they are vicious and they're tough. And we're going to get them the hell out. We have to. Here today, there's an incredible woman who I got to know actually over this tragedy. Patty Warren, whose heartbreaking story is a tragic warning of what will come to every city in America. It's coming to every city. It's already there. I mean, they don't even talk about it, but it's coming. It's only going to get worse. And by the way, 21 million people she allowed in. Open borders. We have no idea who they are. And many of them are. If she ever won, I hate to even mention that concept, she's incompetent. If she ever won, she would have open borders the following day after the election. If you don't have 21 million people, which is a record in history, you would have 221 million people coming over the next 4 years. And you can forget about your country, you have no chance. Patty's wonderful daughter, Rachel Lauren, was a 37-year-old mom of 5 precious, beautiful children. Rachel lived in Maryland, 1,500 miles from the border. Last year, while Rachel was out on a run, she wanted to always stay in good shape. Right near her home, she was brutally raped and murdered by an illegal alien who was led into the United States by the ridiculous open borders policy of Kamala. The savage who committed this heinous crime first killed another woman in El Salvador before walking across Kamala's open border. Come in and please come in. We'd love to have you into the United States. Isn't that wonderful? He then attacked a 9-year-old girl and her mother in a home invasion in Los Angeles, beating the hell out of both of them before murdering Rachel. Patty is really special. I got to know her. We had lunch together. She's a very, there's nothing to tell somebody when that happens. You can't say, oh, well, time. I don't know. Sometimes time's good, sometimes it makes it worse. I've had to say it's worse now than it was 10 years ago. But Patty's a fantastic person. I'd love to call her up. She'll say a few words about her beautiful daughter.
She loved her children. She was very dedicated to them. She was a small businesswoman. She worked very hard to support her children. She was physically active. She took very good care of herself. And after she passed away, we did a walk in our town. And we had over 2,000 people come out to the walk. And of the people that came out to the walk, they said to me, I didn't know her personally, but we bought coffee at the same place. And she always said hi, and she always had a smile. I had on the walk people that had immigrated into this country, and one of them that really touched my heart was a tiny little Cuban lady. She had left her country and had come here for safety reasons. She had just had 2 knee replacements. And her daughter knew my daughter, but her daughter had to work that day. So this lady with the 2 little knee replacements walked the trail for her daughter because her daughter was so impressed and so moved by Rachel. And this woman, at the end of the walk, wanted to take a picture with me and offered me $1 because that's what she had in her pocket to help towards expenses for my daughter. I told her to take the money and take her daughter out to lunch and give her a hug. But family is the most important thing that we have. Amen. There's a proverb, and the proverb says, when a righteous man reigns, the people rejoice. But when wickedness reigns, the people mourn. It's been 4 years of our country mourning because of the hardships that have been inflicted on us that are unnecessary, totally unnecessary. So allow me this time.
Love you, Trump!
How do you do that? I don't know. She did something very hard to do. I couldn't do it, I don't think. Very hard to do what she just did so beautifully, too. And last night we had a woman from Puerto Rico, Carmen, lost her daughter, Mimi. It's the same kind of thing. A migrant came in from a country that's brutal. They just killed us. I mean, they don't care. Her daughter was also beautiful. And Rachel was beautiful. But a similar thing killed, and a woman got up, killed 5 days ago. When the woman got up and she just spoke. And both of them, the job is to do that. I don't know how you do it, but they are incredible. They're incredible people. We have incredible people in this country, kind of. And we can't let savages come in from other countries and take them out. We can't let these animals come in from other countries. They come in and they take them out, and then they're protected by the radical left. It's a terrible thing that's happening, and it's levels. When I was in this debate with the three people, 2.5, I mean, the 2 acres and a half a candidate. And David Muir, when he said about no crime's way up, no, it's not, it's down. I said, am I debating you? And the next day, somebody at Justice Department actually likes me. They released the numbers, it was up 45%. Crime was up, way up right now. You have a new crime that you can add, it's called migrant crime, and it's as vicious as there's ever been. It's a level of viciousness. And I put up tapes, but you know, the problem is the fake news never puts the tapes on. A friend of mine calls me. And he says, I watch all your rallies and the greatest rallies, but you know, when you put those tapes up, the cameras, look at all those cameras over there. They don't have one camera in their cars. And all it has to do is go an inch here, an inch here. And yet, they don't put them on television. Because they don't want to see the horror show of those things. So I don't even bother with them anymore because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And you know, it would be actually better for the networks, better, I mean, to showing things of great interest and they're horrible. The oath of office, the migrant invasion ends and the restoration begins. The United States is now an occupied country, but it will soon be an occupied country no more. It's not going to be occupied long. If you had the tapes, you see where they take over apartment complexes in Aurora, Colorado. I hope Colorado was. You know, Colorado, the governor's a weak, ineffective guy. He's a radical left lunatic, and he's petrified of the people. It's a gang from Venezuela, very nasty, along with MS-13. They're probably the 2 worst gangs. Vicious. He doesn't know what to do. All talk, you never all talk. And yet, when I was the leading candidate and we're going through the country, like easily, routinely, he decided that he's going to try and take me off the ballot. That doesn't sound very democratic, as it did. They always say, he's a threat to me. I'm a threat to democracy. I'm the one that's saving democracy, just saying. And this weekend effective governor got his attorney general to push it, and they tried to take me off the ballot, went through a whole court system, and the Supreme Court of the United States, and it was very important that they did this. They voted 9-0, including the 3 justices that sometimes we make enough for something like this. I respect them. They voted 9-0. You can't do that. You just can't do that. Take it out of the balance. And the people of Colorado at the time, see, time flies and now people forget about it, but at the time they did polls and they were doing, Trump was going to win Colorado, not traditionally a swing state, but they were furious, and the Democrats were actually more angry than the Republicans. It's pretty amazing. November 5th, 2024 will be Liberation Day in America. Day one, I will launch the largest deportation program of criminals in American history. We're going to get them out. Dwight Eisenhower has the record. He was a very moderate kind of a guy. He was a good general. He's a good president, too, better than a lot of people think. He built the interstate system, did a good job, but he hated the concept of people pouring into our country. And he has the record, but we're going to unfortunately beat the record. It's not something I want to do. But this is not sustainable by any country. They're taking over your towns, your schools, your hospitals. Springfield, Ohio, 52,000 people in the town. They dropped 30,000 migrants into the town. And now they can't use their hospitals, they can't use their school systems. I will rescue every city and town that has been invaded and conquered. Can you imagine? I'm up here making a speech, talking about towns and cities and big cities. Look, I see New York, I see what happened. And the mayor made some nasty statements about it. You know, the mayor Adams, he made statements about this is not sustainable. We can't, I mean, you have to help us with this. Hundreds of thousands of people are piling into New York. You have to help us. And I said to my people, he'll be indicted shortly. They indicted him. One of the indictments is he was upgraded in an airline. Everyone gets upgraded. Anybody who's gotten upgraded, please raise your hand. You will be indicted. No, think of it. I've been upgraded. I used to fly that way. They used to upgrade me all the time. That would be, I have a potential additional investigation. Because I've been investigated more than Alphonse Capone. He killed people at will. If he went out to dinner with this handsome gentleman right here and he didn't like him, he said, "You're looking at me the wrong way. I don't like you." He had no chance of making it out of the dining room. And I got investigated, think of it, I got investigated more than I did nothing wrong. And I have to say the Republican Party really stuck up for me. This is and they'll put the vicious and bloodthirsty criminals, we're going to get them, we're going to throw them out of the country first choice. They're really crazy, vicious, so we have many of them. Don't forget, of the 1,399 that are murderers, many of them committed 2 murders. Of these people, I don't know, I'd almost rather keep them in jail, because, you know, if they come back, we're going to have something about them coming back in serious. And we'll hang them! But we're going to either put them in jail or we're going to get them, and for the most part, we want to just get them the hell out of our country, right? They're emptying their jails and mental institutions to expedite removals of the removal of Trende Aragua and other violent gangs like MS-13, all savage gangs, tough gangs, they're tough, they're nasty. And that's why I want to be with those Penn State guys. I feel very good. I will invoke the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. You know, 1798. That's when they're in the country a little tougher than we run it today. Today you get a little slap in the wrist when you kill somebody. You kill somebody. Now if you fight for a fair and free election, then they throw the book at you. And they throw the book because they don't like it because you're getting too close. And you know, those numbers that are coming in today, nobody's ever seen numbers like this. It's a great trouble. revoked the Alien Enemies Act of 1798 to target and dismantle every migrant criminal network operating on American soil. And if they come back into our country, it's an automatic 10 years in jail with no possibility of parole. And I'm hereby calling for the death penalty for any migrant that kills an American citizen. You kill our citizens or you kill our law enforcement officers, you know, we have to protect them. And we're very few, it's very hard to get them now. It's because we don't protect them, we don't stick up for them, we don't fight. I mean, we end up taking away their pensions, we end up taking away their house, they end up losing their families. We're going to fight for our law enforcement officers. Being a policeman used to be one of the most sought after jobs in the country. Today, I visited a wonderful young family in Long Island. The door opens to a car and bullets start firing out. He's not allowed to do anything. He can't, you know, just horrible, very dangerous. And we're going to have it so they're going to want to be cops again. We want to be policemen. My father always said, don't ever use the word cops. It's not respectful. Something different than it is nowadays. Because my father had respect for my family. Always great respect for policemen. I'll never forget, I said to my father, Dad, the cops around here do a good job. Don't ever use the word cops, they're policemen. At that time, he wasn't a policeman. Now he's a policeman. It's good. But that's a different, there's a whole different thing. We're going to bring it back to exactly like my father felt about me, in total respect for them. And you couldn't even get them, of course. The standard was everybody wanted to be a policeman or as they kicked in a policewoman, and they're doing a great job. And I will immediately ban all sanctuary cities in the United States. We will secure our borders, and we will also rescue our economy, because our economy is in a mess. And I've seen it for a long time. I'm very good at that stuff. So I'm very good at that stuff. I've been talking about it for a long time. Scott Bessent, one of the smartest people on Wall Street, has been talking about it. In fact, he said the only reason the stock market's up is because everyone thinks Trump is going to become president this year. Taking the top out of it. 4 years of Kamala have delivered nothing but economic hell for American workers. You know that. Her inflation disaster has made life unaffordable and cost families over $30,000 in higher prices. It's the cost. People tell me all the time, I actually talk to a lot of people. It's hard to believe. If I'm in a group, I say, come here, what do you like the best? Well, like groceries. They're always talking about groceries. And the cost of cars, the cost of everything. The cost of anything, it's all inflation that they created. They created it so stupidly with screwing around with my energy policies. I had oil at $1, I thought it was 87. I was corrected by the government. It was $1.84 a gallon. For me, $4 or $5, and actually going up. They're going to go up a lot. By the way, the day after the election, if something bad happens, you'll see oil at 10, 12, 15. Because these crazy people are trying to force electric cars down your throat. And we like electric cars, but they're not for everybody. And by the way, Elon Musk is incredible. You know where he is right now? He's in Pennsylvania, fighting for the election. He's campaigning. That 22-story rocket ship last week, did you see that? It's coming down. I say, oh no, it's going to crash. Look at the gantry. It's coming too sharp. Stop it, stop it. I didn't know it was him. I figured it was him because he's so far advanced. Who else could do this kind of stuff? Anyway, this thing's coming down, it's wrong angle, and then all of a sudden, you know, it really looked like it had the whole deal was going to collapse the gantry. This thing goes up. So it's coming down, and all of a sudden, wow, you know, massive flames of fire and jets and everything come comes pouring in from the left and pushes it over. And then it drops gently down, and then those two big arms come out like you're hugging your baby. Put it gently down on the pad, and it was a beautiful thing to see. See, now in the old days I would have said hugging something else that I would have thought that was so smart to say. And then the fake news would be writing stories about it. So we don't give them those opportunities quite as much, but it was more fun, but we don't give them those opportunities. Just days ago we had, but you know, Elon really have to be thankful. He gave for the horrible hurricane that did such a big number on numerous states, but North Carolina got hit badly. I mean, they were really hit, and I was there. I was very early there, actually, and then came back, and I met with a very good person, one of the head people in North Carolina. He said, "Sir, you know Elon Musk, don't you?" "Yeah." He gave me the nicest endorsement. He said, "If you don't win, if Trump doesn't win, this whole country is going to be no good. It's going to be no good." And it won't, because their policies, these radical policies, will be Venezuela on steroids. That's what's going to happen. And I said that years ago, and it never happened. And we can't let these, we got to get these people the hell out of office, because they're bad. First of all, they were captain. I said, "Sir, could you do us a favor?" He makes something called Starlink. I said, "What's Starlink? Tell me what Starlink is." It's a communication system, because all our wires are buried under. You got to see this. Areas that never saw water are now lakes. I mean, nobody's ever seen a hurricane. This was a real sort of a water-destructive hurricane. There's never been anything like it in terms of the amount of water put in. It literally areas that were almost like they never saw much rainfall or anything. They're now these giant lakes. And the destruction and the death. A lot of people died, and you know, people don't know that, but a lot of people died. There are people still missing. He said, "We have no communication. We're cut off from the mainland, and we need Starlink, and we can't get anyone on the phone because, you know, it's a very popular thing." So he explained what it is. And I called Elon. I said, "Elon, you have to do me a favor. North Carolina and parts of Georgia are really in bad shape, and you have to, they have no communication. You have to get your Starlink, whatever the hell it is, Elon. I don't know. I don't care, but you got to get something. And if you don't mind," and so I'm talking to him. And you might want to I told him a couple times, I'm talking to him. And I get a note that the man from North Carolina was, "Thank you very much, sir. The Starlink is all being taken care of. It just happened." So I said, "Elon, did you approve that?" "Yeah." "How the hell did you approve it? You're talking to me on the phone." He said, "Well, I'm able to do two things at one time." And they got so much Starlink, and I said, "How is it?" He said, a week later, I said to me, "How is it?" He said, "It's unbelievable." He saved a lot of lives. So Elon is a great guy. So days ago, we had the worst jobs report in our history. This is the one I always said, I don't want to be Herbert Hoover. I don't want to be Herbert Hoover. And I've been talking to you about this is going to happen. And I think we can now see it's in the process of happening. So normally you see all these jobs and everything, hundreds of thousands of jobs, just because of the size. And they just announced, Mike, you'd be amazed at this. Mike, look at our Mike. Look at him. Look at him. Mike Pompeo. Thanks, Alex. I'm going to ask him, how the hell did he do that? That's good. That's great. But he just said to me, 12,000, and this is unbelievably, like an unthinkable number. I've never heard of a number that low. I've never heard of it. It's been many, it's been decades. And I heard that, and then I heard 30,000 private sector jobs were killed in a single month, and nearly 100,000 manufacturing jobs have been wiped out just since the beginning of the year. 100, and those manufacturing jobs are gold for us, the people that make the product. 150,000 Americans joined the unemployment rolls in October. and nearly 250,000 people dropped out of the labor force. We never did get here numbers like that. That's like a depression. And I've been saying the D word. I don't like to say it, but I've been saying the D word, the depression. Then they did something even worse than that. A few months ago, they fraudulently claimed that they had 818,000 jobs created, that they created 818,000. That was good, but that just brought us up to normalcy, so it wasn't a big story. Because now all of a sudden, instead of being down 818, they were like normal. And when in fact, none were created, it was a fraud. And the papers refused to write about it as a fraud because they're fake. And it was a total lie. They thought they'd be able to get away with it through the election. They didn't want to have this information come out before the election. See, and I look up to this guy, thank you very much. Because this was in normal times. Right? This would in normal times be a disqualifier. Do you know she's using my term now too? She uses everything I do, she uses it. Even Saturday Night Live, they got me. They got me. They could have Saturday, she was great. They copied my routine. I did it a long time ago. They copied the same routine. I think I did it better. I think anybody could have done it better. But fortunately, there was a whistleblower with the 818, and I thought it was an amazing thing, so it got released. And now, to add to it further, they've just revised other past reports, jobs reports, down by 112,000 other fake jobs were reported. For almost 1 million fraudulent jobs were created, and it all got released right now in front of the election. One day, it was 3 days that we heard about it, but we're talking about it now. And normally this would be a disqualifier. This would be, you wouldn't be able to even run for office. Meanwhile, 100% of the net jobs created in the last year have gone to migrants. They haven't gone to American citizens. These are depression-type numbers, and that's where we're heading. If she's elected, you have a depression. I don't mean like a recession. I mean a depression with a capital D. Under my leadership, we are quickly going to turn this economic nightmare into an economic miracle. We're going to do great things. We're going to make America wealthy again, and we're going to make America affordable. We have to get the prices right. I told a story this morning. A woman goes up to a counter in a supermarket with 3 apples. It's reported somewhere, and it's just like, this can't happen in this country. And brings them up, 3 apples. An elderly woman brings them up to the counter, and she realized that they're too expensive, and they've gone up so much for the last couple of months. And she takes one of the apples back to the refrigeration section and walks back, and she buys 2 apples instead of 3. This shouldn't be happening in the United States. So we're just one day away from the best jobs and biggest paychecks and the brightest economic future. If you must vote, Congress plan will impose the largest tax hike in American history and raise taxes on the typical American family by at least $3,000 a year. This is the only politician I've ever seen. You know, she's a very low IQ person. I don't want to have a smart president. I don't want any more. We had 4 years of these guys. President Xi of China is not a low IQ person, do you agree? He's a very severe person. He's a very fierce person, but low IQ is not one of his traits, do we agree? No, but these guys, these leaders at the top of their game, and we don't have that. We have people that 30 years ago, Biden wasn't getting that. He had the worst policy. I mean, if you would have taken Biden's policy reviews over a 40-year period and reversed them, you would have gone down as the single greatest policy expert, foreign policy. My plan will massively cut taxes for workers and small businesses, and we will have no tax on tips, no tax on and no tax on social security. she's going to ban fracking. By the way, don't let this happen. Her whole life she's against anything coming out of the ground. She likes the wind. Kills all your birds. That doesn't work. That's the most expensive energy in the entire world. And then after 10 years, when it rusts out, they don't look too good. So she wants to ban fracking. And she's going to ban, that's 500,000 Pennsylvania jobs. There's no way that you can vote for that. That's your biggest industry. You have a lot of stuff under there that's going to come out and it's clean and nice and good. And you're doing great things for the country because the country uses it. I will end Kamala's war on energy and we will frack, and drill, baby, drill. And I will cut your energy prices, all of your energy, gasoline, for the house, air conditioning, heating, everything. In 1 year from January 20th, which would be the day we take over. Oh, it's so close, but still there. Well, these people, how would you like to be Putin and you want to go to the United States and you have no idea who to call? Let's call up the United States. I'd like to work something out. Who do we call? Sir, really, there's nobody you can speak to. I just thought of that the last couple of days. They want to make a deal, Mike, and have nobody to speak to. Maybe let's speak to the guy right alongside you. You've got a great Senate. By the way, you have a great Senate candidate, and I hope you're going to You know, it's hard meeting those guys that are there for 25 years and do nothing. See, when you do nothing, you're a survivor. You can never get yourself into problems. He does nothing for you. He doesn't fight for your fracking. He wouldn't care. He wouldn't even say to her, no, we can't do that. That's going to have a terrible impact on Pennsylvania and the country. He would never say that. He's a survivor. His father was in for 25 years. He's in for whatever the hell he's in for, 25 something. And they are tough to beat, I have to tell you, because he's just a survivor. That's the only thing he's good at. You need more than a survivor. You need this guy. This man is good. Get him up. Come on, man. David McCall. I've known him for a long time. He was a winner in school. He was a great soldier. Everything was good. Everything was good. You have a chance to get somebody outstanding. What you have now is not outstanding.
All right, Keystone's State. It's going to happen right here. It all comes down to here. We have a choice. We have a choice between strength, that guy who said fight, and weakness. We have a choice between common sense policies and a radical liberal agenda. You have a choice between the senator who's going to fight with this guy for change or the status quo. We've got to win this election. It's the most important one of your lifetime. President Trump's putting it all out there. I put it all out there. We need you to do everything you can do to take our country back. We need you to get out and vote. We need you to tell 10 friends. We need you to put up signs. We need you to pray. And if you do that, on November 6th, we'll say, on this day, November 5th, we saved our country. We got it back on track. We put the right leadership in place. And we made Pennsylvania great again. Thank you.
We have some other senators here that I have to tell you, I think they're looking forward to having him as a partner in the Senate. We have some good ones too. Senator Bill Hagerty, Tennessee. Tom Cotton, Arkansas. And Marco is Marco. Thank you. It's a great group of people. I heard Marco, that speech he gave, that was pretty, I didn't understand it. The end word he said. He's great. You have A lot of members of Congress, but just a few of them. I have to because they're outstanding. They're outstanding people. John Joyce, Lloyd Smucker, Dan Mueller, G.T. Thompson. These guys are warriors. Stand up. They're warriors. They are warriors. And Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders, she's going. Pennsylvania Treasurer Stacey Garrett. Thank you, Stacey. Oh, thank you, Stacey. Good job. Former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, great guy. Great guy. RNC Chairman Michael Watley. I told him, do me a favor, you heard this speech before, stay back, just work at the votes. We've heard this speech before. You have a man from Europe, I don't know if he's here, I saw him backstage. What he did was, what he is doing is sort of what we did a few years ago. He's doing a great job, he's a fantastic, he's always been my friend for some reason. He liked me, I like him. And he's shaking it up pretty good over there. He was the big winner of the last election in the UK, and he's a very spectacular man, very highly respected, Nigel Farage. He's a little bit of a rebel, but that's good, you know, that's good. Don't change. And yet my children, they are spectacular. Don, Eric, Tiffany, and Laura, and Michael Bruce. And Tiffany's gonna have a baby very soon. Is here, he's given a lot of money to different charities and all. He's really something. Oh, they I'm wondering why are those numbers like this? That's years ago. And you know, Laura is a superstar. Laura is on the Laura, you know, she was born and really loves the place, North Carolina, and she can't hold it against her. She was born, she loves North Carolina, and so do I, so do we all. We've never had a loss in North Carolina. And she could have been senator very easily, and I said, do you think it's something you'd want to do? Nobody could have believed that she was through the roof, and she said, no, I love my husband, I love my children, I really want to give them some time. We had to make it like chairman of the Republican Party. That's supposed to be along with my wife. She loves North Carolina, and Ted Budd is doing a great job. I said, Ted, would you like to? She said, I'll only run if Laura doesn't run, because nobody can beat her with this. And she said, I think Ted would be great. He ran, he won, and he's a fantastic senator. But I just want to thank this group. It's a very special group. And Ivanka and Barron. Ivanka called me this morning. We need to have a great time today, because this is, you know, we're going to be doing 4 of these today, 4, the big ones, but we felt we could do the abbreviated version. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, listen, I have to get around. Do you mind if we speak for 5 minutes and everybody's out? Yes. But we do the whole thing. You've been with me from the beginning, and I'm with you. And we have Barron is, he got into a great college, and he's doing really well. Barron is watching us as we speak. He loves us. Barron's watching with our First Lady, our beautiful First Lady. Oh, she's got the #1 selling book in the country. Go buy it. Buy it for Christmas. It's beautiful. I read it every picture closely before I recommended it. I didn't know. You gotta be careful. Yeah, she wrote a great book, #1 bestseller in the New York Times list. You know, for a Trump to get on the #1 bestseller in the New York Times list, most people would consider it like virtually impossible. and she did, so that means she saw the hell of a lot of pictures. So go get Melania. Baron and Ivanka say hello. I want to thank you very especially. You know, this is our last time now for forever. When we started this, we got said, we started this, right? We started it really as a family unit. 9 years ago, we've had the biggest rallies, the most spectacular rallies in the history of Parliament. It's the biggest and most powerful movement in the history of our country by far. And I say that in front of the fake news all the time, because nobody can do it. And I tell the story of Pat Buchanan. I like Pat Buchanan. Now he's a pretty old guy. I hope he's around. I think he is, but he's a pretty old guy. But he became very famous and very successful, and he was on all the shows for years, for 40 years, because he came in second in the New Hampshire primary. And he took that. We won 50 states, and then we won the presidency. And we did even better the second time than we did the first time, as you know. We had more votes than any sitting president in the history of our country. It's happening. And I said, you know what? We did so well. Let me see how they're doing. And they were doing horribly, because I didn't need to do this. And they were doing horribly. And I said to the family, I said to Melania Barron, and I said to Ivanka, I said to everybody, I said, I think we got to do it again. We have to think of it. If I would have done badly in 2020, I wouldn't do it. It would have been easier. But we all know how well we did. And I said, we got to do it again, only because I looked at the incompetence of Afghanistan. You know, all these things that were happening, you take a look at it, you take a look at how bad, nothing good was happening. We were disrespected all over the world. Other countries laugh at us right now, and now they're laughing harder than they've ever laughed before. And we're not going to let anybody laugh at us. It's not going to happen. So I said, let's give it a shot. And now the people that was quite contentious, we shed some people, but now those people are real friends of ours again. And we have a party that's very well united. And most importantly, we're going to show up and vote tomorrow. And if you do, you're going to win. The ball is in our court, where all we have to do is get out and vote, and we walk away with the greatest political event in history, but much more important, it's going to be the event that saves our country. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. That's not to say that I did not have a difficulty with them on occasion. Especially Don, but no, I'm over it. These teachers, good job. Thank you, kids. I'll see you later. Thank you very much. And your father, thank you. I didn't know what was happening. I saw these cameras there. I said, why are those cameras being turned away from me once in a while? But you know, in a way, they become stars. They're just great. They're great people. And you know, they do it because they love the country. They love it. Thank you very much. So here are the facts. Then come on, now we have to do it. Oh, bring them up. Okay, come on. There's a lot of love.
love we truly feel from everyone in Pennsylvania, but truly across the country. You guys are our family. We love you. God bless you. We are here fighting by your side, not just now, but forever, because we are so blessed to live in the greatest country on earth, the United States. Love you guys. Thank you.
This man right here is the greatest warrior America has ever seen. And our family is so damn proud of him. We will fight on this stage for as long as we're here. We're always going to fight for the greatest country in the world, which is the United States of America. Let's go win this, Pennsylvania! Guys, for us, this has been an honor of a lifetime. You guys are the best, but now, it's up to you. We can't do it by ourselves. It was always about all of us. It was about one country. It was about taking back our freedom, our rights from those who are trying to take it away from us. So tomorrow, bring your friends, stay in line, let's vote, vote, vote. Let's take back our country. Thank you, Pennsylvania, and thank you, America. God bless all of you.
We love you, we support you, and my father's here fighting for you. He's never going to let you down. So please vote. Let's get this country back on track.
I shouldn't have done that. I gotta follow that now. I'm not gonna follow that. So, kids go back to work. Let's make sure everybody shows up tomorrow. Big hearts. They're strong. They can be messy, but they have big hearts. Those great children of mine. So here are some of the facts. Kamala is a radical left Marxist, rated even worse than crooked Bernie Sanders, crazy Bernie Sanders. I would call him crooked. I'd say probably crazy, making the he's a better champion. And Pocahontas herself. Kamala destroyed our economy. She was an original creator of the defund the police movement, and therefore anybody who wants to defund the police even for one day, and she was there for a long time, is not worthy of being president of the United States. We want to get our police back. We want to indemnify our police when they're unfairly charged. Kamala vowed to abolish ICE. She pledged to confiscate your guns. Would anybody like to give up there? No takers? I didn't think so. And endorsed a total ban on handgun ownership. You know that. She even called for free sex changes for illegal aliens in detention. All at taxpayer expense. And perhaps, worst of all, she lied. She never worked at McDonald's. I was there for 15 minutes and 15 minutes more. I have to say those French fries are really good when you get them right out of there. I live in a helicopter with fat. I don't know if it's good for you, but they are really good. In conclusion, with your vote tomorrow, we are going to fire Kamala and we're going to save America. We will cut your taxes, end inflation, slash your prices, raise your wages, and bring thousands of factories back to America and back to Pennsylvania. We got Pennsylvania. Look at that history out there. Look at that history out there. History of this. Is there any place like it? And this is a big one because think of this, put this, add this with all of the other things that are, for so many years famous, like Pennsylvania, and what you've done and how you fit into history. We win Pennsylvania, as I said, we win Pennsylvania, we win the whole bag of wax, we win a lot. So put that one on top. Let's try putting that one on top.
Take my picture and get there. Thank you.
One of the truly big events.
However, you can get the president.
So why don't we have Pennsylvania be there for that? That'd be beautiful. On top of all the things we did. Because remember, we did the largest tax cuts in history, the largest regulation cuts in history, rebuilt our military, defeated ISIS, had no new wars, gave you right to try, a great, incredible thing that's saving thousands of lives. Right to try, you don't have to go to Europe or Asia, or just go home and die. If you have no money, you go home and die. You have the right to try New Age medicines without having any problems, saving thousands and thousands. We give you so much.
Would you like one?
And it's an honor. It's an honor, really. We will build America. We will buy America. And we will hire America. I will end the war in Ukraine, which would have never started. And I will stop the chaos in the Middle East. There's another thing, Israel. October 7th. October 7th would have never happened. All of those people that were hostages, hopefully are still, because I hope they're a hostage. I just hope they haven't been killed, but I think a lot of them are killed. I think a lot of them have been killed, but we can hope. But that would have never happened. That would have never, ever happened because Iran was broke.
Last one's no good.
They had no money for Hamas. They had no money for Hezbollah. We would have peace in the Middle East. You would have peace. Instead, you have all of the death that's taking place. It's terrible. And I will prevent World War III because you're just around the corner from World War III. And this will be a war like no other. This will be a nuclear war. And this will not be two army tanks going back and forth and shooting at each other. This will be a war. The level of power of this weapons is, I rebuilt our nuclear force. I rebuilt our whole military during the war.
Okay? The picture's okay? You check?
Okay.
Okay.
Because they're going over the power levels of various things that we're rebuilding, and I say, General, are you sure about that? The power is just crazy. It's obliteration. And we have people that don't have a clue and they're negotiating. Look, Ukraine should have never started. None of these things. How about when you look at Afghanistan? That would have never happened. We were going to get out of there with strength and dignity, and we were going to be, it was going to be a victory. It was enough that we're in there for 21 years or something. But the one thing I would have done is I would have kept Bagram, the big air base, one of the biggest bases in the world. We built it many years ago for billions of dollars. The most powerful, longest runways that can handle anything in the world, 1 hour away from China. Remember, that wasn't really for Afghanistan. That was, you're 1 hour away from where China makes its nuclear weapons. And you know who has it now? China. These are stupid people. They took the military out first. They took the military, they said, oh, we had a plan. Mike Pompeo made the plan with me. We had a plan, subject to all these different things that they had to do. They weren't doing it, they were doing some, but they said, hey, we're not going forward to do the other. We were going to be fine. But the one thing that wouldn't have happened, we would have never taken the military. You take the military out last, and we lost 13 lives and many people obliterated, and hundreds of people were killed on both sides. We will crush violent crime and give our police the support, protection, resources, and respect they so dearly deserve. We will strengthen and modernize our country. We will build a massive defense shield all around our country so a missile heads in our direction and we knock the hell out of it. And Ronald Reagan wanted to do that many years ago, and he was right, except we didn't have the technology then. It would have been not good, but we didn't have today. You can shoot a pin out of the sky. It's incredible, actually, what they've been able to do. But it's all going to be made in the USA, and a lot of it is going to be made in the great Commonwealth. We will rebuild our cities, including our capital, Washington, D.C. We'll get rid of all the graffiti of those beautiful marble columns, and we'll clean it. And we'll be proud to run, and we'll stop the death and shootings and muggings and everything. We'll make it a great capital, beautiful capital again. And we'll also make sure that our Supreme Court stays denied justice. We will teach our children to love our country, to honor our history, and to always respect our great American flag. And we will get rid of race theory and transgender insanity the hell out of our schools. And we will, of course, keep men out of women's sports. Every time I say those last statements, and I may add the open borders. Can you imagine they're trying to defend open borders? Open borders, who would be that? We're the party of common sense, okay? We're really the party of common sense. But when I say open borders, we're going to close the borders, and then you say, can you imagine we actually have to say that? What the hell? I mean, who the hell wants open borders where criminals from all over the world can just walk into our country? These are crazy people, or they hate our country, or they think they're going to get these people to sign up and vote. I guess maybe that's it. But it's not differential. But think of the last two. The transgender insanity has taken over. And you know, nobody's ever come up to me and said, I'd like to talk to you about that. I've never had that problem. They've talked about taxes. They talk about economic development, they talk about the last one, men playing in women's sports. Nobody's ever come up. With all the people I deal with, hundreds of people, I deal with people, I go into crowds, I ask them because I get better opinions from you than these crazy consultants they have. But I've never once been said, sir, we have to do something about keeping men in women's sports. I've never had the question. I don't know, it's such a big subject. Nobody's ever asked me the question before. Can you imagine go back 10 years and say that a president from 10 years from now is going to be up there defending the fact that men should not play in women's sports? People would say, you're crazy, that'll never happen. Did you see the two boxers? Did you see the two boxers? They were men that transitioned into womanhood. And they fought a very good Italian. They have women's boxing in the Olympics. So they fought a very good Italian young lady. And boom, she got hit with just the left jab. She went back to her corner side. This is just like a defensive. Oh, they could fight Iron Mike, I'll tell you. Iron Mike would say, this is not a good thing. I know Iron Mike, and he's a great guy, Mike Tyson. He's a good man. Mike's been through a lot, but he could fight. Let me tell you, that guy could fight. But can you imagine Mike? Oh, he says, put Mike in the ring with common sense. No, but can you imagine these two men that transition? You'll be shocked to know they both won gold medals. And some of the easiest fights, they're announcing a certain woman, she's a champion here, a champion there, she's great, she gets in, blah. At the end of the championship, it's so unfair, so ridiculous. And it's very demeaning to women, it's very, I think it's hard. I will defend religious liberty, I will restore free speech, and I will defend the right to keep and bear arms on Second Amendment. And they didn't touch it. After years of building up foreign nations, defending foreign borders, and protecting foreign lands, we are finally going to build up our country. We're going to defend our borders, and we're going to protect our lands and citizens. And we will stop illegal immigration once and for all. We want people to come into our country, but they're going to come in legally. That's all. We will not be invaded. We will not be occupied. We will not be overrun. We are an occupied country. Can you believe the things I'm saying up here? We are an occupied country. Take a look at Colorado. Take a look. Take a look what's happening there. Military-style weapons. Aurora. They're taking over apartment complexes. They're in the real estate business just like me. But I have to go out and borrow money or somehow pay cash. They just walk in and they say, you're paying the rent to me from now on, madam. And if you don't pay, it's big trouble for you. And the governor has no idea what the hell's happening, poor guy. He's a radical Democrat. We will not be conquered. We will be a free and proud nation once again. Can you imagine after some of this? Everyone will prosper. Every family will thrive, and every day will be filled with opportunity and hope, and filled with the American dream. But for that to happen, we must defeat Kamala Harris and stop her radical left agenda with a landslide that is just too big to read. So you need to get up tomorrow. That's it. We're going to get together again, but it's going to be different. It's not going to be a rally. It's going to be applause for what we're doing. It's going to be because these incredible rallies, and there have been like 900 of them, a tremendous number, over 9 years. Many, I know we celebrated 507. I remember 507, it was a few years ago. It's got to be close, I don't know, whatever it was. But it's hundreds and hundreds, and they've been flawless, right? Every once in a while, I make a little aggressive statement that people do like. Isn't it nice to have a president that doesn't have to be You better bring him home because he has worked so hard in the election. Dan Newsom. And you know what? Think of it. If we lost, I'd call him up tomorrow and go, yes, I won't say it. Franklin Graham said, please don't use foul language. I said, all right, Franklin. Said, you can tell the story just as well without the foul language. Actually, he's not right about that. It's not quite. When you don't every once in a while, not a real big word, but you know, like a word. But he did say that, so I do my best. But I'd call him up with anger and fierceness. I'd say, you failed me. As opposed to calling him and say, Dan, you did a great job. I love you, Dan. Right? I think we're going to do Dan, you did a great job. And you did a great job. And all of these guys, they're all in as warriors. For the past 9 years, we've been fighting against the most sinister and corrupt forces on earth. That's right. With your vote in this election, you can show them once and for all that this nation does not belong to them. This nation belongs to you. It was hard-working patriots like you who built this country. And tomorrow, 4 years we've all waited for. 4 years of rallies, good ones and bad ones. Well, we didn't have any bad ones. We had no bad ones. But 4 years, think of it. 4 years, and now it's tomorrow. Tomorrow it's hard-working patriots like you who are going to save our country. All of this was all of these hundreds and hundreds of rallies were to put us in position to do something great for our country. This is the way, the hard part. Honestly, beating all these people and fighting all of these people, going through the lies and the vicious statements about you and your family and everything. But all of that was worth it. It puts us in position to now be able to do the job. And we're going to do a great job for everybody, for 100%. We're going to do it for Democrats, for liberals, or progressives if they prefer, which they do prefer. But we're going to do it for independents. We're going to do it for everybody. We're going to do it for everybody. And you're going to be so proud of your vote. I really want you to look back and your family to look back. My dad, my mom voted for Trump. It was the best thing that they ever did. That's what we want. Otherwise, we'd be a mistake. And we felt the love. We would have never done this if we didn't do so well the second time. We did better the second time than we did the first time. We did. After all we've been through together, we stand on the verge of the 4 greatest years in American history. With your help, we will restore America's promise and we will take back the nation that we all love so much. We are one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. We will never give in, we will never give up, we will never back down, we will never ever surrender. Together we will fight, 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 and win, win, win. November 5th will be the most important day in the history of our country. We're going to turn it around. We're going to turn it around very fast. You're going to be very proud. And together we will make America powerful again. We will make America wealthy. We will make America healthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. God bless you all. God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
いや、すごかったですね。あれ、外の投げ売り行きましょう。投げ売り。外の投げ売り行こう。いやよし、行きましょう。行きます。明日ワシントンですからね。目指せワシントン。いや、トランプ踊り、ダンス、いや、やっぱね、すごいね。他の人が真似するのとは全然違う。トランプダンスは人間国宝のレベルですよ。結構ゴミ収集車の衣装の方がやっぱ多いよね。明日は目指せワシントン。今おまけ編ちょっと外で売店見て終わりにしましょう。最後の YMCA はわざと音消せなかったです。 YMCA はねやっぱ別格ですよ。そう、ワシントン穏やかだといいね。もう圧勝だったら穏やかだよね。ああ、そうですね、暖かい服装、そうそうそう。ちょっと今外出て投げ売りを見たい。もうでもないかもしれないね、グッズがね。外行った後なんだっけ、首にかけるやつ置きっぱなのでまだあればいいなって思ってます。袋と そう首ね、そうなんです。あれね意外とプラスチックでできてるんですけど意外と高くて1980円もしたので、で今日のは違いますね。これねもらったのトランプでよかった。いや逆に皆さんいつもね最後までありがとうございます。皆さんのおかげでねここまで来れました。明日はフィナーレワシントンで4年ぶりの雪辱を晴らす、3年前か、ほぼ4年ね。4年前私と皆さんはねワシントンで悔しい思いしましたから4年後明日ね明日明後日雪辱を出しましょう。売ってる気がする。違うのか。なんか売ってないかな。とりあえず首掛けを見てあるかな。あるラッキーあるよ。さすが今日はついてるぜ。よっしゃ、あった。袋はないけどありました。いやプラウドボーイズの人ねあったよ。やったで投げ売り見ましょう。ちょっとこれはもうつけて今首の上につけました。首つけました。売ってるかな。あっちかな。いやもうないかな。これなんだろう。投げ売りがあるとしたらこっち。もうあそこだ。ありそう。投げてるかな。ないわ。今日はもうないや。いやでもすごいね。RSB にいないよね。馬の警察官だ。もうあれか。今日は投げ売りはないけど RSB に来てないよね。ちょっともう少しいましょうか。せっかくなんで。あれそこ投げ打ってんじゃない？あれは投げ打ってるよ。投げ打ってる。聞こう。やってる。
Cash card, debit credit, whatever you need. $15 for the hat.
How much?
15 for the hat.
50.
15, 15.
15. How much? 50 か。 Is this one of yours?
No, you don't have one.
これ How much?
It's $10 for the shirt, $15 for
10
I'll
ダラ
take a hat. Do you have cash app?
帽子が高いな。これ10ダラ
$10 for the
$10だったら買ってこうじゃあ白いのもう T シャツは安いけど帽子が50だって 15?
shirt. And then for you, cash out, right?
帽子が15この前5ドルで売ってたから投げ売ってたからね
I got one.
Okay, good. Cash out. Give me 1 second, guys.
You're the only vendor we saw, so
They all
you're gonna
left.
be
They
crazy.
all left.
They were not here when I got here.
Yeah, because the cops have kicked everybody out.
Really?
Yeah. But I can't stop feeding my kids because of that.
ああいうやり方があるんだ白いの買ってこうかな
Can you change for that?
Yeah, 7 for the shirt?
10 for the shirt.
10 for the shirt? I got a 20.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Good. Thank you. Alright. So shirt?
Yeah, just a shirt. 小さいね子供用だね
Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
got the hat, right? You got
Yes,
it?
got it. Oh, thank you.
ああそう
All right. Do you have any larger sizes?
In the shirts?
Yeah.
I have double X's.
ダ
and-
ダブル X
Yeah, double X, 2X.
Where?
お
And
2X
this is somewhere.
お目の前に 2X あった
This is a 2X here.
2X
Do you have any like large?
No, I only have small, mediums, and double X's. That's all.
Okay. Well, I'll do this one.
これいいよね白ね 2X ね投げ売り10ダラ2枚ぐらい買ってっかな
They want us to pay taxes now.
ねえ今日もう明日ワシントン行って帰るようだから奮発しますかね
Debit, credit, you have Apple Pay, whatever's easier for you. We can do that. The shirts are 10, I'm doing the hats at 50. L か L Thank you. Appreciate it. You too.
あーこの 2WX
You want two of them?
2W
Yeah, yeah. White or red?
あイエローあホワイト
White.
ホワイト
The shirts are $10.
$10.
It's a steal.
You
It's
do
a
some
steal.
deals?
That's
Come
half off
on.
already. I'm supposed to
man.
get 20. That's already half off. All right. You said double X. White, right?
ホワイト
All right. Give me 1 second. I'll be with you guys.
あ
And double X and white.
ーおうじゃあこれで20ダラか
I have small, mediums, and double X's only.
Sorry, I went the wrong spot.
日本で買うよりねこれ家とかで着てるからね
I have a few left. I have 4 hats left.
How much are the hats? 10. Everything's
あ10なんだ俺じゃもう一個買ったあ10
Oh,
か
that one's quite fun.
10か今日の5で言ってたんだな
Have a shirt, your shirt, guys.
これと
All right. Okay.
no problem,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you.
Okay.
あこれも 2WX かどうしようかなちょっと迷いますね赤はあんま迷うねトランプストロングトランプファイトトランプストロングかじゃあこれ2つ買おうかなおおこのストロングの方が良さそうな気がするな皆さんどう思いますこのファイトよりこのファイトよりこのストロングの方が個人的にはちょっといいのかなと思ってトランプ強いみたいなどう思います赤はなかなか赤ねこの前ね買ったんだよね交渉 ああ、どうしトランプストロング、ああ、これどうしようかな。3枚で20ドルなんないかな。ちょっと聞いてみようか。3枚買いたいので少し安くなりませんか。3枚買いたいんですが少し安くなりませんか。excuse me.
I want to buy 3 pieces so you can make a little cheaper.
1, 2, 3. Strong.
Give me $20.
20? Oh, thank you.
Want the red
Thank you.
One more white?
レッドストロング。ストロングのレッド。Thank you. で、2X。
2X?
2X。
Let me see if I have. Let me see. I don't know if I have.
あ、レッド 2X。レッド。あ、レッド。あ、レッド。
Oh, cotton.
レッド。
Oh, the red.
レッド。
Oh, red.
レッド。10ドル値切った。ありがとうございます。この値切りのコメントをいただいたから。
No more.
あ、
No more.
No more.
No more red. Just like this one. Like this one.
2X。2X。OK。じゃあ、10ドル値切っちゃったよ。あるかな。20ドル札でちょうどやってきた気がする。あった。いや、10ドル値切ったよ。いや、コメント値切ったらみたいなコメントあります。20だよね。あ、1、2、3、20。Thank you so much。おっしゃー、来た、値切った。10ドル値切っちゃったよ。1500円値切ったよ。間違えて3枚。1、2、3。よっしゃー。いや、皆さんありがとうございます。値切りました。結構でかいよね、10ドル値切るの。だって1500円だよ、今。1500円。ああ、よかった。この前も値切ればよかったかな。1枚7ドル ?1000 円ぐらいだよね。やっと。いやー、聞いてみるもんですね。ね、すごいよね。聞いてみるもんだよね。ね、じゃあ皆さん本当ね、ありがとうございます。袋が置いてあるかな。袋もちょっと見てみようか。いや、でかいですよね。袋実はあったりしてね、あそこに縛っといたんだけど、縛っとくとダメみたいなってるかもしれない。飛んでっちゃったかな。袋は飛んでっちゃったっぽいね。袋はね、ないよね。ここに縛っといたからさ、これないね。まあでも首のがあってよかった。よかったですよ。いやー、最後トランプ踊り盛り上がりましたね、ダンス。よし。俺はあと明日とりあえず最高でしたね。これで日本で着るもの相当困んないよ、しばらく俺は。これ着て仕事しようかな。ね、カバンがないんだけど、まあいいや。ではね、皆さん本当に最後までね、まだ最後じゃないんですよ。明日ちょっと首の外して、首のがあってよかった。まず首のね、あってよかったです。そしてね、明日4年ぶりの雪辱を晴らす日ですよ。Thank you so much。あとカードこれ1枚これせっかくだから声かけてくれたから。Thank you so much。
Parade?
Thank you so much。
Oh, you're welcome。
俺に撮ってるから、これよかったらこれ あげようかな。あ、行っちゃったね。みんな盛り上がってるよ。で、映りたかったのかな、ちょっとね。で、明日4年ぶりの雪辱を晴らす日ですよ。これ一応袋はね、袋100円だからいいかなと思う。100円わかんないけどね家にあったやつだから。それであれですね。Thank you so much.
Who are you with? You with the news company or you just live?
YouTube ライブ。
Oh, okay.
My Japanese. Thank you so much.
Bless you.
Yeah, thank you. で、明日ね、ワシントン行きます。明日ワシントン行きます。明日ね、ワシントン行きますから、ぜひ皆さん、トランプの勝利をね、4年ぶりのホワイトハウスだったんで見ましょう。あとこれね、メインチャンネルなんですけど、サブチャンネルで今日はね、ずっとやってました。最近そんな感じですね。まだサブチャンネルがまだの方はよろしくお願いします。ということで、明日、いよいよ明日ですよ。4年ぶりのトランプホワイトハウス奪還でワシントンに一応朝ね、目指すんですけど、ちょっと乗り遅れたりしたらどうなるか分かんないのですが、次の日かもしれないよね。ビクトリースピーチとかね、混乱してるから今回は。ということで皆さん、いつもですね、私の動画を最後まで見ていただいてありがとうございます。皆様のね後押しでここまで来れました。なんとトランプラリーね、2回出れば見れたらよかったなと思ったんですけど、今日最終日3回見ることができました。短期間で皆様のおかげです。皆様の応援のおかげです。皆様のね後押しのおかげです。いろいろなねことありましたけど、ということでありがとうございました。ぜひねまた引き続きまだねちょっと何日かあるので、私の背中を押していただける方はねよろしくお願いいたします。ということで、2024年トランプ大統領で決まりです。明日ね楽しみましょう。ワシントンでね会いましょう皆さん。ということでありがとうございました。失礼いたします。